Getting things put in here, and lo and behold, I'm missing the ground. Great. You gotta be kidding me. Whew. And we are getting things in here little by little. Got the grounding wire run where it needs to go. Power cords in here. Speakers in here. Luckily for me, for this process, I have another Swords of Fury just over there. So little things like this, I can just swap out with my machine over there just to make this process a little bit easier. And it's really good just to be able to walk 5 feet just to confirm where certain items go. That's been really nice, so I don't have to keep looking at pictures. So where we are at now is that I need to get this transformer all cleaned up. This thing is looking pretty raggedy. So we're going to get it all disassembled, get it cleaned up, painted, and then we're going to slide her into place down here. Grounding cables all in place, ready for it. Alright, this thing's been sitting overnight. Already looks a lot better. So let's get it all unwrapped and get her back in the machine, see what we got. Now that we've got the transformer all cleaned up and installed, I'm going to start working on the lockdown receiver and coin door. I was lucky enough to be able to get this cleaned up. There's a lot of rust on here. I was able to grind it all off. That's going to be good enough. I will eventually get the Titan sticker to go across this, so it'll be a little more visually appealing and it'll work. But I've currently got this mounted and I'm going to get the rest of it mounted up now, but that's where I'm at now on this. Alright, more things are in position now. Got the tilt bobber on, finished doing the lockdown receiver, it's fully functional. I've got the Playfield lift bar right there. Started getting the wire harness hangers in place. I believe I'm ready to start working on the coin door right here. This is gonna need some work, so we're gonna get this all stripped down and see if we can make it look at least better than this. Alright. Coin door's been cleaned up. All installed. I mean, it's not like, high quality restoration, but it's perfectly suitable for a working and still aesthetically pleasing machine. Alright, beginning work on the cabinet harness, and it's time to take care of this nasty GI connector. This simply will not do. So we're going to be upgrading to brand new connector and pins. Well, of course, this is a 12 pin, so I need to chew off about 3 pins. I want to say this should be about 9. 8, 9, yeah. So I'll chew off the extra holes and then get this all rewired so that way we don't have to worry about having any GI issues. And here we have the cabinet wire harness is officially installed in this bad baby. So technically this cabinet should be ready to rock and roll when it comes to making sure everything has got connections to the back box. Everything's wired up, hanging out right here. So this means the only thing I need to do is get the hinges on, get this back box mounted up there, and then majority of the cabinet's complete besides, like, the side rails and some flipper buttons. Getting closer. And that should do it. It's got a head. We have got the back box mounted. So this makes the cabinet completely assembled now. Wiring should all be in here and done. This just needs to be run up to the back box. But that's where I'm going to do it now. Now I'm going to build all the back box up with the boards and go through the boards to make sure that everything's all good and get this back box back to being all. Basically, once this back box is all together, then all I'm going to be missing is the playfield, and that's whenever I can begin doing that. All right, so this is what we're doing. Taking one board at a time out of the box that they've been in for, I don't know, 7 months or something like that. Getting them a good wash, and then going through one by one to make sure, I say good wash, but this doesn't look good at all. What the fudge? Okay, it's not dirt. It's just the discoloring of the material. I thought that was like dust. I was like, what the hell? Anyways, so I got a couple of new fuses on here because I was missing a couple of them. I'm pretty sure that at one point in time I needed some 5-amp slow blow, so I borrowed them from this board. But I got through every connector and to make sure everything's all nice and solid. It's all cleaned up, and then this one should go right here at the bottom. So we'll start doing this one board at a time and see what all we got to get. Alright, we now have all the boards cleaned up and installed. Let's see, I know I had to replace the capacitor on this board, so that's all said and done. The only thing that I need to do on these boards is get rid of this. This is no bueno, but I'm not ordering just this by itself when I know I'm going to have to order a whole bunch of stuff here in the near future. So I'm going to go ahead and install everything. I'm just going to leave this board disconnected until I get this resolved, because this is no bueno. Other than that, the back box boards should all be here. Now I'm going to start working on getting the knocker and start working on the wire harness and all that stuff and junk. Alright, I think I'm going to call it a night, but I've got more of the wiring all hooked up. Capacitor here, bridge rectifier, some of the fuse. I've got to get a new fuse holder and everything right here. This is not, I don't like this. That looks bad. It's not very sturdy. I'm going to get a new one of those, and I think while I'm at it, I get a whole new one up here as well. So when I start building up my Marco cart is whenever I'm putting everything back together again. If only I did it while I was taking it apart. But it is what it is. Alright. And we have all of the cables attached, except for what is going to the playfield, obviously. But just the cabinet connectors are installed. Now, I've added a new ribbon cable to my cart. There's a split down here that I don't quite trust. It looks like it's still got continuity and everything, but I don't like it. I'd rather spend the $9 just to make sure there's no worrisome about that causing any issues down the road. Other than that, I believe this is all ready. These all go to the display, and these go to the speakers. Well, not this. Alright, I got some of the things in the mail that I need to do. So a plug that actually has a ground on it, ribbon cable, and fuses that I was needing, and other little stuff that I've got in. So now I'm going to get those on here. But first, I'm going to make this lockdown receiver just a little bit more attractive using the Titan lockdown receiver decal, which I just dropped. So this is easy to place on here, guys. It really is. You can remove these leveling screws a lot of the times, and that way they're not in your way. I don't think I'm going to need to for this particular machine. It's just as simple as removing the adhesive on the back, placing it down on a clean lockdown bar receiver. You do not want to try to put this on one that's festered with rusting and stuff like that. It won't stick, and then you'll be disappointed. Get this thing sandblasted or cleaned up the best you possibly can before you attempt doing this. I put these things on many a times in other videos, so I'm not going to bother trying to record me doing it for this. But by all means, it is definitely a product that I highly recommend just to give that extra little snazz to it. Nope, this simply will not do. Gonna change out this plug right here for one that is grounded. Alright, I have installed the upgrades that I just got, and I believe that the cabinet is officially done. So, got the back box. Look at this, I've already gained dust. Ugh, to clean this thing up. So, we got a new ribbon cable that I did not trust. We have got a new battery holder installed to make sure that there's no issues with that. New fuse holders for these things. That way there's no worrisome about those being flaky. Man. So, time to get this all back together again. Then slide it back into the home position over here. And I believe, ladies and gentlemen, we can start working on the Playfield.